You know, we've been seeing for years black people minding their own business in their neighborhoods, in front of their homes. And you always got these folks show up, and it's great to address these particular topics because these people are really the most miserable people I ever seen in my life. I'll be honest with you. I've been reviewing these people do this for over a decade, well over a decade. And these people have not stopped. Let's go ahead and play this video with this particular sister. Let's get into it.
What do you mean, is there a
have
problem?
no public area.
What do you mean, is there a problem?
Well, you are not moving your car.
I live here.
Well, I realize that. So do all the other homeowners, and they still can't do that. Would you do me a favor? Tell your father to read this.
No, you tell him.
I'm sorry?
You tell him.
Why me? You
Because I have a problem. I don't know how to do that. I have problems.
Look, we go way back.
I pay the HOA here. You know that?
That doesn't mean you can break the rules.
How am I breaking the rules? I live here. You said this is private. I live here. If I was to be here playing with a tennis and a racket.
You can do that.
Right.
But you are not.
I'm not parked because I'm not out of my car. I'm sitting in my car, so technically I'm not parked.
No.
And I live here, so I can park here.
No, you cannot. And we will send it to your parents that you cannot just sit here and hang out. It's not a hangout.
You don't like my mom. That's why you're coming to pick on me.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're telling me.
Okay, walk
Your mom
away.
tells me that.
Okay, walk away.
If you were somebody else, I would say this.
You have to be the most miserable person ever to go mess with somebody sitting in a car. That is the last thing I'm going to go do is walk up on somebody. I don't care what you doing in your car. As long as you're not harming me and my family, you can sit out there all day, all night if you want to. It's a public street. So the history of the homeowner association basically was to keep black people out. That was their way of saying we don't want no blacks in the neighborhood, so we're going to create these homeowner associations and these rules to keep black people out. That's really the history of a homeowner association. So, and think about it. These homeowner associations have been horrible to a lot of homeowners. I've seen stories. I mean, we even covered it. And one, you know, how they'll go after your house. They'll tell you how to cut your grass. You got to ask permission to do any kind of upgrades to your own home that you're paying for. This homeowner association isn't paying for your home at all. And yet they can even foreclose on your house if you don't pay homeowner association fees. They can do that, ladies and gentlemen. They can. That's why some people are like, yeah, I'm cool in the homeowner association. I don't want nothing to do with that. Because what? They claim, well, we have it to protect the values of the home. It don't matter about them people. Well, let a person do what they want to do in their home, right? Well, I grew up in the neighborhood. They had no homeowner association, and black people did just fine. You know, but these homeowner associations aren't worth crap. They aren't. Why? Put it like this, the point of you owning a home is to not be told what to do, right? You know, like you're in an apartment complex, whatever the case may be. So you purchase a home, say, hey, I'm owning a home. It's my home, my domain. And then you being told you can't park a certain place. Well, you know, you can't have that car on the street. Oh, well, you know, it has to be this, it has to be that. It's like, okay, is this an apartment complex or is this a home? You're sure not paying this mortgage. But you have to understand, and if you notice the pattern, it's always an older white woman that's out here just harassing. You know why? Because she's usually miserable. And you know the white man himself, he kind of discards his women when they get older anyway. So, and if they still got a man, he probably messing around on some of them, right? You know, and I said some, not all. And they always, that's when they become, if you notice, they become more and more anti-black racists is when they get older. Now, when they're younger and they can still pull dudes, you don't really see a whole lot of that with them. But boy, when they get older and they hit that wall, oh boy. That's when they come in for all of the anti-black racism toward us. When they hit that wall, that is the start of their racist journey. You better believe that. But I like how this sister handled that. She's like, all right, that's enough of that, and raised up the window and let her keep talking outside. She's filming, you know, like an idiot. Like, what are you filming for? I mean, what's going to happen out of that? You filming. You know, y'all are just weird. You're just so much weirdos. There's so many things in life that you could be doing and focusing on your life. But no, you're out here messing with a black person mind their business. And then when a black person gets you good and cussed out, then you want to say, oh, well, why they talking to me this way? Or if a black person really, like put you in your place, sometimes they may have to put hands on you, depends on what you did, then you want to say they wrong. Leave black people alone, and they won't be put in a position to tell you anything. Who are you? You don't see black people walking up on you talking about, hey, what you doing in your car? Ain't your business. Are you paying the car note? Is this your car? It's funny, but I wouldn't want to be that miserable. I wouldn't want to be an older man harassing some young woman or young man that's minding their business. That means my life sucks. If I can't find nothing more to do than just go outside and harass somebody, that means I didn't do nothing with my life. Because by the time that age, I should be just enjoying my life, chill, laid back. I'm not worried about nobody. I'm just doing whatever. I'm just living a good life at that point. I'm not struggling with nobody. I'm not fighting with nobody, nothing. I'm chill. And most of them aren't in that position. So all they have is harassment and anti-black racism. But shout out to our sister for handling that old school. Yes, I'll say it's anti-black racism, because would you pull up on a white person, sit in their car, 10 times out of 10 you wouldn't. That's all they do is want to be racist to black people. But you know what? They just mad that we can buy homes that they think we shouldn't be buying. We can drive cars they think we shouldn't be driving. We have careers they think we shouldn't have, because in their rabid mind, they thinking all of us supposed to be poor and destitute and don't have anything. No. We're going to live good in spite of everything they ever done to us. So shout out to our sister for handling that just right. Raise up that one, don't even worry about her. She's just silly and stupid. She wasted her whole life, and the highlight of her day is to come out there and harass a black person. Boy, I would never want my life to be that much of a failure.
I stayed longer than I should have. Not because I was weak, but because I loved for real. That's what this album sounds like. Love Illimitable. Out now.